Hey guys, it's Cyrus of Chaos. Today I'm here with Barnaby Halliwell, a junior fencer from the UK, and we're going to be looking at two bouts today. Both of them are between Sanguk and Konstantin Lokhanov. The first one was in Moscow, which is Lokhanov's home country, and Lokhanov whoops him. I think he's beating at some point like 12-4 or something. Like it's crazy. He's dominating the current world number one. And then the second bout is kind of the reverse of that. So we're going to go through the two bouts and see what happened in each one and talk about the adjustments that made between them.
Yeah. Should we get into it?
Yes, let's get into it. Unpause. So,
I think. Sorry.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, don't worry.
So I think that I've seen this happen a few times where people who are very tall sometimes have a problem fencing other people who are very tall. And I think possibly this is because they're used to having a height advantage, and when that is taken away from them, it's very confusing. And like that last touch, and this one, barely got clipped. The first time he got a little too close when he was attacking, and this time he just didn't pull quite enough on defense.
It's a big long attack from Lokhanov.
Yeah.
Very strong.
And there again, Lokhanov is attacking well, but I feel like that's the kind of touch that usually, like the kind of attack that usually makes fall short.
Yeah.
And that time, you saw him slow down a little bit because the last time he was in that situation, he got a little too close and got counterattacked. And this time, obviously, it worked better for him. And I guess Lokhanov called for video.
He just seems oddly timid. Didn't really see it.
Yeah.
See him.
He gets down sometimes, and it just takes him like a little while to kind of figure out the spacing and distance that really bothers people. And one of the things I really like about his fencing is that he's always calm no matter what the score is.
Yeah.
And brave, too. But there again, just...
See, it's very lazy.
Yeah, it is kind of lazy. It could also be that he's in an early round and doesn't... Like, sometimes... Pause. Sometimes, in an early round, top fencers will feel like they either want to conserve their energy or like... see what they can get away with, and then because you need that energy for later. But sometimes when you do that, this can happen. Like, you lose a few touches on tactics, you lose a few touches because you didn't expect to get hit from that far away. Maybe the ref makes one call you don't agree with, and suddenly the score is 6-1. And so, like, that can be a problem if you're not able to figure out what's going on quickly. So... Unpause.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so go ahead.
There's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing conserving your energy, but letting yourself get 6-1 down in the 32 isn't. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. That is quite ungood.
There are levels to that.
Yes, there certainly are. So I'm at 253 now.
Yeah, same.
Perfect. Unpause. So O thought he got the preparation there and asked for a replay because the referee called simultaneous. So we'll see what happens. This could be a good... I mean, I think it's a good touch to call a replay on. It could also just be a good idea to give himself a second to think about what's going on in the bout.
Yeah, definitely.
So winner. Yeah, whether he gets the replay or not, which he did, so it was a very good replay. It was a good time for it because it gives him a chance to just process. Again, preparation.
Huge preparation.
Yeah. Nice attack.
That was much better than the last one.
Yeah.
Actually stuck pressure on him.
Yes, exactly.
Sort of floating about.
So it's funny, that time I was about to say he looks a lot more comfortable. Like, he pulled him really well in the center, and then he pulled him really well on defense, but then when he was attacking again, just got like a little too close and got timed out. And that's pretty much the story of this bout. And if I were his coach, I'd be saying like yeah, take a little bit of extra space on defense, and when you're attacking, just be a little more willing to finish early. But again, that can be hard when you're used to having something.
He did that in that last hit. The Lokhanov dropped him short.
Yeah. But that's okay. Like, I'd rather have that happen than continue to hold and continue to get counterattacked.
Yeah.
And like, if it's not working, you have to change something. But yeah, maybe he could be a little bit more on the blade when he's attacking, so the counterattack is not quite as threatening. That could be another thing to try here if I were O. And obviously, if you're Lokhanov, then just, keep doing what you're doing because it's working very well.
So it seems like O just needs to be a bit sharp with the change of direction.
Yeah, totally.
Pressure on Lokhanov, because he's getting that reprise in the middle. He's getting, getting on top of him, but they're not actually
not ready to finish.
Advantage with that.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to be a lot more Lokhanov stop hits than this.
Yeah, nice pull. Another nice pull. But again, here, pause quickly. I'm gonna go back, but stay where you are. So yeah, again, this is a good pull. And O's kind of hopping and bopping in and out. But for him, like, this is too close. And Lokhanov notices that immediately and just stuffs his acceleration.
He doesn't even need to move out the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Stands exactly still. Hand out.
And it can be hard when you feel like you're getting both counterattacked and pulled, because it's almost like it doesn't matter what you're doing, whatever decision that you make is wrong. And that feeling comes from the fact that your opponent has figured out a good distance and timing that bother you. So when that starts to happen to you, you need to change your preparation and speed significantly from what they were before to get out of that cycle. Otherwise, this happens to you, and you just feel trapped. So.
Yeah, definitely. It only needs to open the space, though.
Yes, he's getting too close when he's kind of floating in to evaluate.
Yeah.
So I'm at 620 now. Where are you at?
622.
Okay, one sec. No, you stay.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Unpause. Ooh, that almost looked like an accident.
Yeah.
And I like the way Lokhanov is not challenging O in the middle. Just he's getting a ton of points on defense. So I mean, while this is a terrible strategy for most people to use, O is really nervous about attacking him. So just let him come to you.
That was a lovely change.
Yes, it was.
Lovely change.
I said 12-4. I was wrong.
12-3. Yeah. What do you think of that one?
Let me look at it again. I thought simultaneous.
So,
Whether you agree with the call or not as Lokhanov, you should just not think about it, because you're up, 12-4 now. So it's whatever. Just keep doing what you're doing that's working. Wow.
oh,
Wow, that was a great touch. I'm surprised that O was able to finish that attack and not get punished for it. And then he did a great job of parrying Lokhanov on the way backwards. Yep.
yeah.
But one of the things that I love so much about the Koreans, like O and the Koreans in general, is that they'll never give up. It doesn't matter what the score is.
I mean, we say that about you Americans as well. So.
That's good. That's a great reputation to have.
So that's a lot better.
Yes, it is. O looks more comfortable doing his own thing now.
A little more control.
Oh, nice pull again. Pause for a second.
Yeah.
So this is a situation that I talk about sometimes. I call the situation where the referee says ready fence the first zone. And there's a situation, the reprise action, which I call the second zone. And right now, in the second zone, the referees will pretty much always give right of way to the person who starts first with their feet. Basically, regardless of any other variables that are happening in that touch. Would you agree with that from what you've seen?
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a change in the sort of refereeing in the last few years.
Yeah, and it's
become much more focused on the feet rather than the hand.
Yes, in this specific situation. And it's one of the things I really like about this is it's very standardized. Like, every referee calls this really consistently. And two, it's very easy to point to this in the video. So, like, at a certain point in the past, this situation could be called however you wanted. You could be like, well, this person stopped, or like this person didn't take over even though you stopped, or like this person started first, and there was really no like rhyme or reason to it. But here, with this situation, you can point right at the feet and see, like, look, you can see the feet are starting first. So
yeah.
That's a situation that everyone can work with, but I think that it makes people a little bit lazy as well. And this is a touch where I think O got lazy, because as long as you feel like you're moving first with the feet, people will just finish really short, expecting the defender to essentially counterattack into them. But that didn't happen here. Lokhanov saw that he was behind, and I'm going to show it in frame by frame. So O starts first here. Lokhanov makes it look like he's coming in from behind, and then steps out of the way and actually does an action here.
Lovely.
Yeah, which is really cool. And you don't see people doing actions in the second zone very often, other than just being really fast. And I think that this is an area of kind of like low-hanging fruit, where people could be doing actions and taking advantage of people, because, again, like, the only thing people want to do here is finish really fast. And if you're behind, this seems like a great opportunity to take a parry.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. When you're really turned on, that's when you can sort of feel that touch, and have that instinct of, oh, I've lost the reprise. What can I do to change that?
Yeah.
Parry, drop them short.
And it's hard because this is a situation that isn't planned. Like, it's almost like...
Oh, yeah, it's just instinct.
Yeah, your first plan fails. Like, you don't try to get into this reprise situation, but, like, you tried to pull, so did they, and then it's about taking over quickly. But I think that if people started drilling into themselves that the right thing to do here was to like recognize that they're behind and try to go for an action, I think that would be a really easy way to start capitalizing on this specific situation.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, tirade over. I'm at 9:03. What are you at?
Yeah, same.
Okay, perfect. Unpause. preparation.
Yeah. Stooge.
That was a very strange touch.
That's odd. I can't hear the blade contact, so I.
Yeah, I don't know what I think. I think going back to straight back to video is exactly the right thing to do on a touch like that.
Yeah. That's cool.
And so he ruled that Lokhanov searched for the blade and missed, and then it was riposte and then blade contact. And the thing I love about O in this situation is he expects to win this bout. He doesn't just want to, he expects to. And so he's going to be continuing to fight really hard the whole time, and that's exactly the attitude that you should have in this situation. And this is the point when Lokhanov starts to get a little bit nervous.
Well, what were we saying? It was 12-3.
Yes, I think it was like 13-3 even.
So there's at least 8-2.
If I were Lokhanov, I would go backwards and try to get a counterattack. And that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
That was brilliant. Have you watched this match before then?
I did a while ago. So that's good. So one of the things that I am so impressed with about O is that, for me, a champion is not just someone who wins every single time no matter what. A real champion is someone who can recognize there's a problem, think about it, and be successful when they encounter that same problem again later. And that's very much what happened here. That happened to him, fine, whatever, he lost. It happens, especially in fencing. The scoring system is so, it's so short that it makes upsets very possible. And obviously, if these two fence again, you need to have a plan in place for when that happens. And I think here you see that O has clearly thought about what he wanted to do if he fenced Lokhanov again. And this time, the outcome was quite different. So we're going to watch that and see what that different outcome was. So tell me when you have the other bout ready, and I'm at 134.
Yeah, ready. It's okay.
Are you at 134?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Ready?
Yeah.
Unpause. So I think O wants that to be his preparation, yeah. And I'm sure he's aware that the last time these two fenced, he was down 5-0 to start on simultaneous or on first zone touches, and I think he just doesn't want that to happen again.
There we go.
Yeah.
He's got his distance figured out.
So the distance was a little better. I think that counterattack was at the right time, but O parried it.
Bear in mind, Lokhanov beat Gu. Absolutely destroyed Gu in the last round.
Yeah. So there could also be a little bit of teammate communication going on.
Yeah.
But again, nice pull and nice attack.
Oh,
Nice
there we
attack
go. See,
again.
that's the sort of confidence that O didn't have in the last match.
Yeah, pause quickly. So I like the way that O set up his footwork here. Last time he was basically just doing a reactive advanced lunge, but here he actually he takes one preparatory step, which could lead to either action, and then he starts a strong advanced lunge with a little surge to 4 so that the counterattack is not a problem. But he sees how off balance Lokhanov is, and he just finishes. Like, there's no opportunity for him to counterattack there. So that's a good way to deal with the counterattack, is just not give your opponent a chance to do it.
Yeah.
So what time are you at right now?
2:55.
2:55, okay. I'll be there in a second. Okay. Unpause. And there's the in and out action we were talking about. And it's a tricky situation because as a fencer, you can't always feel that motion as clearly as the referee sees it from the side. So it can be a confusing situation to be in. It's a cool idea of an action from it just didn't work.
Big Lokhanov attacks chest.
Yeah. Yeah, he does hit the chest more often than not.
A lot.
Nice pull.
Very nice.
Yeah. Also an interesting idea there by Lokhanov. Pause quickly. I like the idea of mixing in the step-in parry, but it needs to be based on something. And if you want your opponent to finish as short as Lokhanov wants O to right here, he has to counterattack so that O will want to finish shorter. And here, he hasn't shown that he hasn't shown in this bout that he's going to counterattack, so that touch didn't work.
Yeah.
Even though it looked very convincing, I guess O just wasn't convinced. Okay, what time are you at right now?
3:48.
3:48. Okay, I'm there too. Ready?
Yeah.
Unpause. Nice preparation.
Very nice preparation.
And that's like the next step in the tactical wheel, because the last time O did that preparation, he made a long attack, so this time Lokhanov countered into it.
Yeah.
And this is also a good tactical step for O, because the last time Lokhanov did that preparation, he went short. So O prepped into that.
It's always going. Always different.
Wow, nice attack.
See, that pressure.
Yes, the pressure, that's good.
We know that O is able to stick on any fencer. In the previous match, just had none of that.
Yeah.
He was bouncing around.
Yep.
Without actually forcing any sort of decision from Lokhanov.
Yep. Well, that was nice.
Oh. Taking a page out of Lokhanov's book.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. The touch that looks and feels like an accident, but you get because of good technique. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this is an interesting situation for Lokhanov to be in, because the last time they fenced, he just murdered him. But this time,
That's the opposite way around. Yeah.
yes, this time he's way down. So even though what he was doing last time was working really well, now the onus is totally on him to change. And it's interesting, he's only tried to do one counterattack in the bout so far, which I actually thought was a well-timed counterattack. It just hit the blade. So that may have demoralized him enough that he didn't want to do that again. Or he may just be feeling different in his fencing today than he was last time.
Well, it's the last date of the senior world championships. This is his first year as a...
I mean, if this were me, seeing O at this point, I would be excited, because what I did worked really well against him last time. And I would try to go in with that same strategy as a baseline and, see how many counterattacks I could get on O again. But he's not been using that strategy at all. So, I mean, kudos for O for looking much more confident, but shame on Lokhanov for not using his winning strategy again. And again, preparation.
It's just too big.
Yeah, like last time, he was so safe in the box. He'd either fall short and go backwards, or he'd try to pull and just go backwards. But this time he's trying to make deep attacks, and he's not counterattacking.
So I was trying to fence out O's speed. and getting caught up, especially in the middle. I mean, that was a nice one. That was a really nice hit. But the previous ones where he's been hit on prep in the middle, just rushing away.
Yep. Just a little bit of hesitation there. Ooh.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Wow. That touch was great.
Brilliant.
And you'll probably see it on my Instagram pretty soon. But yeah, so like, pause. That's the kind of touch I would expect to happen at this level more often than not, especially when you're fencing someone like O, who just doesn't let you get away with many free and easy touches. But last bout, Lokhanov was getting away with a lot of free and easy touches. Like he would nick O on the attack often. He'd get a lot of easy counterattacks on him. But this time, on defense, O is a little bit wider. On the attack, he's not giving him a chance to do those counterattacks. Or maybe he just feels like he
mixing up the rhythm a lot more.
Yeah.
Mixing up the distance, which is, Lokhanov was so successful in the counterattack in the last match. He can't actually find the timing.
Yeah. And even though Lokhanov...
change.
Yes. And even though Lokhanov won that touch, he had to work really, really hard for it.
Yeah.
And that's very different from the way that he got his fifth touch in the last bout. Which I think was a one-light counterattack after O took a couple steps forward past his on-guard line. So, yeah, just like the difference in how hard he has to work to get anything done right now versus the last one is like, it's a staggering difference.
I mean, it's 10-5 down every hit. If he's got to work that hard for every hit, that's going to play into his hands.
Yes, exactly. And that can be like a really
no
hard...
one minds dropping that hit.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
So, what is your timestamp now?
7:32. So,
okay.
Exactly so.
All right, me too. Ready?
Yeah.
Unpause. Ooh. Yeah, those are the touches that I would be, trying to get a lot more often if I were Lokhanov.
So, like what you're saying in the last match, that instinct. When you've lost, the reprieve.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, those touches.
And now Lokhanov looks a little more in control, but O takes it away at the last second. I thought that was O's prees.
Both taking the blade. Yeah. They can't hit the blade contact, so it's difficult.
Okay, so he called beat attack from the right. It's also not just that, like the camera made a sharp turn right as the blade contact happened.
Yeah.
So it's much easier to see that in person than it is from our position. Yep. That was just a little too predictable that time.
A bit lazy from Lokhanov.
Yes, that too. And again, the same exact timing. Like, after the first time, O is ready.
It's going to come.
Yes. After the first time, O is ready for that. After the second time, he's not going to let that happen again. Yeah. Wow, that was nice. That was a really good mix-up from that exact situation. Because last 3 times in that situation, Lokhanov has gotten a counterattack. So that's when the step and parry will work. When your opponent is balancing his attacks to deal with counterattacks. Ooh! And so you and I were both in this room. Actually, we were watching
we're watching
Eli and Satmari right now.
Yeah.
So as Satmari is doing well, you're going to hear the Hungarians flipping out
Yeah.
like that. And so it's going to be very hard for the fencers to hear, so there's a lot of pausing from the referee.
What do you think?
I mean, I have the sound, and it looked and sounded like parry riposte. Ooh! That was an attack.
I looked for a second, it looked like about to follow.
Yeah. And I think he's realized that when Lokhanov is pushed onto his back leg, he's going to have a hard time doing pretty much anything.
Doing that counter attack, yeah.
Whereas some fencers like Salagi are still very dangerous from that position.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So, I'm going to switch back to Skype now, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, that was an interesting switch between the two bouts.
Was the change from O, that is the most significant bit. Look, Lokhanov didn't really change his game that much, but O adapted between the two matches.
I think that Lokhanov actually did change his game a little bit. After the first counterattack he didn't work, he seemed really scared to do it for a while. And he may have been still trying to do... Go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah. I think he was still trying to do the... Well, I don't know. I actually think Lokhanov changed it. I actually think Lokhanov changed his game a lot. In the first bout, he mostly was either finishing short or trying to pull and not being successful in going backwards.
Yeah.
Or when he did get the pull, he would just do a quick attack which hit O. So once that stuff all starts working, the pressure's on O to be doing something, and now he's fencing from behind. Yeah. Whereas this time, I thought Lokhanov approached the center completely differently. He kept trying to go for long attacks, which in the other bout, he pretty much only did once, I think just once, maybe twice, and he did those as a mix-up.
Yeah, for a lot more second intention.
Yeah, a lot more of that and a lot more falling short, because it's safer, and then just going back and counterattacking, or going back and and getting a parry. But this time, there was so little of that, and I think the main reason for that is because he wasn't able to slow O down. Like last time, O was like you said, he was kind of floating in and out of distance, and when you've got your opponent that slow, it's easy to be on balance and in position, and if O got a little too close, which he did a bunch of times, Lokhanov just stuck out his arm and got him. But this time, O gave him no situation to do that, and he just wasn't really able to slow him down that much. So...
Yeah, didn't give the time, Lokhanov the time to get the counter attack, and once Lokhanov wasn't getting those hits, he kind of started panicking.
Yeah, and just giving
not
up
trusting
space.
His game.
Yes, exactly.
Which has been so effective for the rest of the day.
Yeah, like you said, he I don't remember what his whole path was, but he beat Gu really badly the previous round. Yeah.
I think it's about 15-5.
Yeah. So obviously...
His game was working.
Yeah. And it's weird that against someone he had beaten so badly in the past, on a day when his fencing was working so well, that he wouldn't trust what he was doing more. But, I mean, that's the effect.
Maybe that's got something to do with the pressure of, last day.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's hard. But I mean, that's when you make your money, right?
Yeah. That's the difference between, good fences and the great fences.
Yes, well put. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens when these two fence again once the quarantine is over.
They'll never do.
Yeah, if they ever do. All right, thanks for watching this with me, Barney.
No, thank you for having me. Good time to watch with you.